all because of the absence of peace and love. We've got to find it, peace and love. My sister, peace and love. That's the way we ought to live. It's SPG.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
We are back with more talk time here on the Clean Fresh Sound. At this time, we have our commentary from Kingsley DeFreitas, and he's already on the line to do just that. Good morning to you, Kingsley.
Morning, Dianna. Morning, Miss Samuel.
Morning.
I listened yesterday attentively to Dr. Thompson having a discussion with Miss Samuel. Up to now, I'm still pinching myself to realize what Dr. Thompson was saying. Dr. Thompson is a professional. He is a medical doctor by profession. He doesn't have to support a political party to have a career after politics. And I was a bit surprised that Dr. Thompson is beating up Miss Samuel yesterday because he wanted Miss Samuel to agree with certain things he said. And I found this really disturbing because you're on the radio, you're trying to convince persons to support the party. Nobody that the ULP have in the new lady is possibly going to win. And I ask myself if dimensions start catching up with Dr. Thompson. Because this election is going to prove that the ULP is losing its popularity. And they have to realize that after 5 consecutive terms in office, people could have just get enough fed up of you. The way we have guns are, the way we have some of the things that the ULP is doing, and that we're not suggesting that the NDP don't put any policy in place that the benefits concern. But it is natural that after 25 years, people will continue with you. If we have guns and the ULP waiting on one vote to win the next election, they ain't getting that from me. I have people in the Senegalians who will support the ULP, but they will not go to the polls and vote for the election because they will not vote for the NDP, but they will take time off not to go to the polls and vote for us. Because they're wary. Not because they might be a supporter of the ULP, but they will tell us in 2001 change will bring success. And I believe if there is a change in personnel in terms of the party, there will be some success. And I just took Thompson, and I don't want to turn the radio outside, but I couldn't live somebody heavy. Because Thompson was making me and giving the impression that the ULP, as it is today, is the best thing of a sliced bread. You could imagine a party struggling. We are going to start even afraid to call election day. Because you don't know what's going to happen. And I tell you something. I've been paying attention to Saboto seeds over the last couple of days. I pass in the constituency, and everybody I ask about Saboto, they forget how he look, because they don't see him. They can't talk to him because he don't answer the phone. We have another problem that he's making. He reminds me of Mr. Tannis. Dr. Tannis was the deputy leader of the ULP, and they should call him Mr. Promise. So both come like Tannis when he's making all the promises. But I'm just wary of people with the politics like what took place yesterday with Dr. Thompson trying to engage Miss Samuel with his kind of politics. That's my answer today, and all. You have a wonderful day.
All right, Kingsley.
That was our commentary from Kingsley. He was revisiting a conversation or a debate between Roleza and Dr. Thompson, which occurred yesterday on the program. Now, Kingsley mentioned several things. One of the things he did mention persons having their own opinion, which is something that we keep saying, and we hope that persons will continue to, at least over the period of time when we're waiting for elections, and even after that, we're hoping that eventually more people will come to realize that everybody has to have an opinion. Everybody is not going to vote for the same political party. You know, we more focus on ULP and NDP, but you know, we have our NLM. We haven't been hearing much from some of the other parties, but we do have the other parties as well as the independent candidates. Right. I'm hoping that as we go along, persons will come, for those who haven't come as yet, will come to realize and to understand and to accept that everybody has to have their own opinions and that everybody is not going to be voting for the same party. Sometimes I sit down and I think we have this opportunity where we can choose whichever party we want to run the country. But yet some of us, even in all of that, still haven't come to terms with the fact that we are not all going to vote for the same party, and we cannot all vote for the same party. Some of us cannot handle hearing people not supporting our party, which is I can't think of a word to describe it just yet. When it comes to me, I will let you know. But just to continue to add on that part, you're going to support ULP or you're going to support NDP. If you want to support any of the other parties, that is exactly what is going to happen. You have to learn to listen to what people are saying about your party without getting upset. Generally, Kingsley mentioned something else again. I think he's saying Dr. Thompson and his support for his party or something of the sort. But one of the things that I have noticed with mostly ULP supporters is they hardly go against their party. They hardly disagree with anything that their party does or says. So I don't know for the rest of you, and including you, Kingsley, but for me, I don't ever expect to hear a Unity Labour Party supporter disagree with something that you say about their party. I don't expect to ever hear them disagree with something about the government. If you say the government did something wrong, from my experience, what I've seen and heard thus far, they are going to agree with the government. They're going to find a way to rationalize it. They're going to find a way to bring some logic or something out of it. Most of the time, I repeat, I have hardly ever met a supporter of the Unity Labour Party who would not champion the cause of Labour. As it relates to NDP, some of them definitely do the same thing, even though they call out persons for doing it. Some New Democratic Party supporters do the same thing in that they stand by their party no matter what. They don't want to hear they're wrong, right, or whatever the case may be. But every now and again, you would meet those who you can have a conversation with who would say, well, actually it's my party, but I don't like this thing or I don't like that thing, and so on.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so let's take the call.
Hi, Joshua. Good morning.
Good morning. Shucks, still have problems with names. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Joshua.
I listened to Dr. Thompson yesterday, and it's all about perception, you know. And I could hear something and interpret it differently from someone else. I didn't see a problem with anything at all that he said. Dianna, you're absolutely right. I'm quite sure that the ULP members have vicious battles behind closed doors. But when they come out in public, they speak as one. My grandmother used to say, don't hang your panty out, you hold the panty out the door. Right? So Kingsley, and this is my perception. My perception of Kingsley is that he has already attained his maximum level of intelligence. So I bow my head to him, I tip my hat to him. Dianna, I like your outlook. Not two persons are alike. And again, I emphasize, they fight vicious battles inside. Come out in public, they speak as one. And that's the way we have to move forward. Fellowship, like two men in a ship, you got to row in the same direction. If not, if I roll left and you roll right, all we'll be doing is going around in circles. And there's something that's always been misquoted. People talk about making a 360-degree turn. That is counterproductive. If you make a 360-degree turn, you go back to exactly the same spot where you were before. So we have to choose very carefully the phrases we use, the words that we use. And what's that Trinidadian lady name again? Your co-host,
Nicole.
Yes, Nicole, if you're listening, have a great day. And to my dear friend, and I call her friend. She's not just a WEFM friend. She's an RFA friend as well. Anita, I'm home today, so I'll hit you up later. Have a great day.
All right, Joshua, thank you.
All right, so just to lend my opinions to all of this. So Kingsley, that's like a every Monday morning thing between me and Doc. Eh? Every Monday morning we are at it like that. All right, we have another call. I would say afterwards. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dianna and Roleza.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Step in. You got it close. Very
My
good.
lady. Well, you see, some people are cut out for certain things. You see, like how others girls are ready to talk in such a sensible things. No, you have some people that try to play with the personal one. They can't put over themselves like how others put over themselves. So some certain job belong to certain people. If God give everybody different talents. And you girls choose the right talent. All of them have different talents too, but all of choose you understand, all of it really choose to be a radio personal people. And that will make it unique. Just like your opposition leader, so our Prime Minister. When we Labour Party, what I saying, if we all Labour Party people saying, I must say 99.5% of them. What Kingsley, where you supposed to understand, whatever Labour Party people saying, it might come over wrong to you NDP people, as Dianna them was saying. We hold the guns. I imagine we hold the guns. Are we NDP people saying, they hold the guns. If we say that it's wrong, it might be working, they hold the guns. So when we're talking, you got to listen to both sides. You got to listen to us because a Labour man may say, NDP talking stupidness, and it sounds like good things to them. And NDP go say Labour Party people sound stupid, but it sounds like good things to vice versa. So whichever Labour Party people talking, it really saying, it really mean. And then when they talk about people choose to be somebody, Labour Party people choose, thinking that Garden Friday in choose. I gifted to be no Prime Minister. And they will never vote for Garden Friday. Whichever they want to. That is how things are going to be so. Vincent Sanders, you choose to this, you choose to that thing, and you choose to do that. Mr. Friday, it look like he choose to be no Prime Minister in Sylvanson. And he would say, he laughed coming to election. If people decide that this man in a way, they choose to be elected, if I'm going to obey, you will see what's going on. So, I don't want nobody to take nobody's side and believe that he's talking stupidness. He might be talking stupidness to you, but not to the other side. So, Dianna, have a good day.
All right. Have a good one, Stephen. All right. So I was saying, right, that type of conversation between Doc and I tends to happen just about every Monday morning once Doc is on, right? And I won't use the word beat up on me. It's a very spirited conversation because Doc knows that I am not going to allow just any and anything to fly, right? All right, we have another caller, so I'll finish afterwards. Jeff, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
The angels. How are you guys doing today?
We good.
All
What
right.
we good. What about you?
All right. Doing good.
Okay.
Doing. Just wish the children a successful term again. And don't forget the parents and not forgetting the Ministry of Education. All of those three entities, well, more than three, because you got the Ministry of Education, you got the teachers, you got the children, and the parents. So we wishing all of them a successful year again. Good results came out. But like you say, I would like to hear some of the ones that are not doing too well, or from rural, how they did. Yeah, as Kingsley talking about the election and stuff like that. If you notice, ULP don't bring out the dirty linens in the street, you know. They have the squabble. I believe they have the squabble, but they keep it inside. Not like the other side, who will come out and squabble on the radio and say they start naming candidates without the leader naming the candidates. That will never happen in the ULP. And Kingsley say if they're waiting for his one vote to make a difference, the government will not get it. But Kingsley already mentioned that the Prime Minister he don't need his vote. Yeah, he already told. I think he mentioned something. He called him. He will give him bad luck or something of sort, something like that. So Kingsley could keep that one vote. Let him keep it because the PMC don't want his vote. So tell him to keep his vote. All right, I got it. What good here?
All right. After all of that, all right.
After all of that. All right, have a good one.
You too.
All right.
All right, so let me just finish up because we need to head out very shortly. But all right, so with regard to the type of conversations, now we know that Doc is a very much a supporter of the ULP, all right, and can't do anything to that. I don't have anything negative to say to that, right? But what it is that what persons need to recognize is that even if somebody is a supporter, that they have to expect that they are going to be challenged on certain things, which is what Dianna and myself do. We're not just challenging for challenging's sake, right? We are challenging because we are listening to what is being put forward. And if we don't agree with something or we don't agree with how something is put over, then we have to say something about it because we are thinking individuals, all right? We are not the type of persons, or I don't want to see persons, especially younger people, growing up in a society where just because somebody says something, you have to accept everything wholesale. No, you have to be thinking and rational individuals. All right. So when you see Doc and I in particular go at it, it's not because I deliberately I'm choosing to challenge him, but I am challenging the points that he's making. And the other thing as well is that at the end of it, if you notice, most times at the end of the segments, we laugh it off, right? Because I'm not taking anything personally. Doc doesn't take me personal. We have our on-air discussions, our on-air disagreements, but at the end of it, we fight that particular quote-unquote battle, and then we move on, right? So this is what it is that I would actually like to see more of in society, where you can have these spirited type of conversations. We don't take things personal. We argue based on points. And at the end of it, you move on, right? Because to me, it makes no sense taking on everything, personalizing everything, throwing insults at each other, when at the end of the day, all of us have to find a way to live together, all right? And that is what it is that I want to see for us as a society. So Kingsley, it's not necessarily a bad thing in terms of the exchange that we tend to have, but I just want for us to be able to know how to be civilized in our conversations as a people, all right? So yeah, that is probably most that I would want to say about it. And the point about you saying that ULP people always think that they're right. The thing of it is that I do believe that they don't always think that they're right. But as I think Jeff said, they probably don't come on air or in on social media and air that part of it. They have their discussions internally. And I'm sure it's quite the same way for most times for the NDP. All right. But yeah, we had to be civilized in how we speak to each other, all right? Even when we don't agree. And that's it.
And with that, we are going to head out of this talk segment, and we'll be back at 8:20 with more talk time. It is now 8:03, and this time check came to us by the New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of life.